Let's begin with a drum set. Listen for an explosive live sound. The snare should be crisp and the cymbals should ring.
I admire you when my living has a limit of desire to keep it going. I'm just knowing that my time with you makes a difference. How I'm feeling when I vibe with you. They can't divide us two. We got a bond like 007, right? Even on Devil's Night, you show me what the heavens like. Go ahead and spread your light, though I can barely see. I know you're there with me, my personal therapy. Some days I wish I was more like you. Your certainty, your attitude. Keep doing what you're doing, I ain't mad at you. I'm just wishing that I had that too. Some days I wish I was more like you. Your certainty, your attitude. Keep doing what you're doing, I ain't mad at you. Just to know you, I'm glad I do. I want you to view yourself the way you see me. When you're feeling alone, I'll be a sanctuary, yeah. I want you to view yourself the way you see me. When you're feeling alone, I'll be a sanctuary. You inspire me, look at you crazy when you tell me you admire me. Not an example for anybody to try to be. We'll call you bluff, but I know you wouldn't lie to me. Just a surprise to me, we got a bond tight, no one can come between. I have respect for you, you have your love for me, and that's enough for me. All I need to get by, let me be the method to your Mary J. Blige. So many times I felt defeated, you always know the right thing to say for when I need it. I wanna do the same thing for you to keep it even. You can call me anytime, you don't ever need a reason. I'm right here with you, never could forget you. All the things that we've been through, everything we went through, hey, none of it was simple, but I'm right here with you. Some days I wish I was more like you. Your certainty, your attitude. Keep doing what you're doing, I ain't mad at you. I'm just wishing that I had that too. Some days I wish I was more like you. Your certainty, your attitude. Keep doing what you're doing, I ain't mad at you. Just to know you, I'm glad I do. I want you to view yourself the way you see me. When you're feeling alone, I'll be a sanctuary, yeah. I want you to view yourself the way you see me. When you're feeling alone, I'll be a sanctuary.
Rise and shine. Pour yourself a cup of coffee and tune in to Good Morning Aurora. News, weather, and really cool interviews. Monday through Friday from 8 to 9 a.m.
If you're early, you're on time. If you're on time, you're late. Good morning, Aurora. Good morning, Aurora. Good morning, Aurora. The time is 7:59 a.m. Definitely the most punctual morning show in the history of the land. Good morning, all of you great people. It's Tuesday. Weather's nice. outside. It's been pretty nice. You are listening to and watching Good Morning Aurora, the second largest city's first daily news podcast. Studio audience. Thank you. No, it's not Control 3. It is not. We've got great guests today. We have two gentlemen who specialize in pain. Taking it away from you.
There you go. Not causing.
Well.
Well.
And wellness. Giving it to you. We have Dr. Lee and Dr. Olson. Dr. Ken Olson. My bad.
Correct.
I missed. Scratch it up.
Introduce them again.
Right. Let's try that again. Dr. Ken Olson and Nate Nagy.
Well done. Like Navy with a G, no V with a G.
Nagy. Yeah. How are you guys today?
Yeah, doing well. Glad to be here. Thank you.
No doubt.
It's been really nice to meet you and really understand your platform and what you're doing for Aurora.
Thanks.
And
appreciate it, brother.
our brand wants to support that. So we're just excited to be here.
So we've got a great American business here that you guys are going to learn about today called Anodyne Pain and Wellness. And you guys are located at 2116 West Galena Boulevard. And for those of you who like breakfast, it's right around the corner from Mother's.
That's right.
As
Correct.
we talked about. Yeah. Shouts out. So first things first, before we get into some of the nitty gritty of the conversation, let's take a minute to introduce yourselves, how long you've been with Anodyne. Started off, Dr. Olson.
Yeah, well, thank you. I've been with Anodyne since its origination. So we were Olson Chiropractic originally, which I made the choice to hang my shingle here in Aurora in 1999. We saw our first patient in May of 2000. And we went through a little evolution. So we were a chiropractic office until 2008. In 2008, we medically integrated, so we brought different suites of services in to help our patients. And then in 2018, we did a merger with Anodyne as a national brand so that they could support our function on the back end of things like the things I don't like to do, payroll, accounts payable, purchasing, these sorts of things. So they support us. So we've been Anodyne Pain and Wellness Solutions since November 1st, 2018.
Okay. All right. Nate, introduce yourself, my brother, with the Harley Davidson
Yes,
gear
sir.
on.
Gotta represent that. It's cold outside, so my head gets cold. I'm Nate. I'm a massage therapist. I've been a massage therapist since 2001. I worked out in St. Charles for 17 years and then got pulled over here into Aurora by the other massage therapist at the clinic. We went to school together. She called me one day, asked me if I was looking for a job. I said no, but she said, "Do you want to come interview anyways?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." So I came and interviewed, fell in love with the place, and I've been there ever since. So, yeah, it's a great place. I love working there. I like the idea of everything being in one spot instead of us sending you out for something and sending you here for something. You got to go over there for something. It's all right there. It's perfect.
Yeah, the day that we met, you guys had highlighted that as one of the most touted features that the clients talk about when they speak about Anodyne. They don't have to, and we talked about some of the consternation, right? You get your script from the doctor, now you got to go way across town. Maybe they're going to be closing soon, all that kind of stuff. But as it reads on one of our printouts here, they have all the bases covered. They are the absolute best at what they do. That's a quote. Awesome. Very good
Yeah,
stuff.
and I think maybe more importantly than that, my vision was actually making the providers talk about the patients together. So it's not just offering the suite of services, it's getting each discipline to discuss the patient in real time so that we can influence, physical therapy has an influence on where we're going with care. The chiropractor has that influence. Our medical team has that influence. We get lots of great data from Nate and his colleague in the massage therapy room. So it's not just about offering the services under one roof. It's about providers truly collaborating and causing good outcomes for the patient.
Awesome.
And
Causing
quick
good
outcomes.
outcomes for the patient. I'm sorry.
And quicker outcomes instead of, even in terms of not even having like travel wise, but like when the providers collaborate, they can say what would normally take 4 months to heal, maybe we can get done in 2.5 because everybody's here and we can do this and this and this, and then they're talking, and the collaboration part is really the key to the whole thing.
Awesome. You know what's cool about doing this is that people always call you, hey, what are you up to? Now you know darn well what I'm up to.
You know what time it is.
Calvin Wilson. You know exactly what time it is. I typically don't do that on the mic. Calvin Wilson. Good morning to you anyway. I want to say good morning to Lynn Gablin Weber, Mary Novoa, and Dora Sanchez Soto. Shouts out to you, great people. Happy International Women's Day, ladies, and good morning to all. Thank you very much. Maria Contreras, good morning to you. And dear friend Greg Ellsbury, good morning to you as well, dear sir. The time is 8:05. Monica, how are you?
I'm doing great.
Good, good. So we went to a ribbon cutting last night. Did I tell you guys about that?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
really interesting. It's exciting for Aurora.
It was really good. The Copley Theater at 8 East Galena had a great ribbon cutting. The Bold series is coming. Sweat is coming. We heard a riveting speech by Mr. Jim Cordy of the Paramount, and it was really good to see. Aurora's coming a long way, and we've got a lot of hidden gems in the town a lot of people don't know about, but I think the new day is upon us.
Yeah, it's super exciting to see the development in downtown and seeing the expansion of housing. We've been part of Aurora again since 2000. So how the city has started to revamp and reshape is super, super exciting.
The west side over there is seeing a lot of different developments and things are coming up too. My son and I recently went to a Mega Fun Park,
Oh, nice.
which
yeah.
is right by you guys.
Over
Yeah,
there
it
by the
is.
syrup. Yeah.
Man, it was. Shout out to Mega Fun Park. Shout out to Mega
Nice.
Fun Park.
Haven't been there. Have
Yeah,
to check
I'm
it out.
just super glad they finally opened. So
Yeah.
I was nervous there for a while.
It's a great place. They have a lot of good VR, virtual reality kind of stuff and games too. Huge sprawling place. I don't know what it used to be.
Wait for it. Hobby Lobby. Was it
Hobby-
Hobby
Yeah,
Lobby?
Okay.
I think that was
Yeah.
part of the Hobby Lobby, and then I think they took a couple other stores too.
Right.
So, in regards to pain and wellness, now it appears based on the printout that I'm reading here, I just want to read some of the things for folks who may have questions. From X-ray to outcome, all under one roof, regenerative medicine, physical medicine, chiropractic, and physical therapy. Anodyne is an integrated multidisciplinary doctor's office utilizing physicians, nurse practitioners, and physical therapists that specialize in the treatment and relief of acute and chronic pain. On a more personal level, when clients contact you, do they express like frustrations from other places? Or like what is required of you as an individual when you meet these clients? Is it a soft hand kind of touch? Are they, because people when they have these issues, they're scared and they're under physical strain. So what's it like when you meet a brand new client?
Yeah, I think we see two primary lines of entrance for people. One is what you're referencing, where they've had disjointed or compartmentalized care, and they are frustrated. They're not getting answers. So this has been a chronic problem that's been ongoing, and they maybe saw their primary care, then maybe saw an ortho, then saw physical therapy, then did pain management. And over that course of time, maybe they saw some symptomatic improvement, but they haven't seen functional improvement. So when they come into us, it's about understanding that story, and it's about understanding the depth of the problem. And then we try to treat it like an onion, and we peel it back layer by layer until we not only handle the symptoms, getting them feeling better, right? Let's face it, pain is a strong motivator.
Right.
Most of our patients don't walk in doing great.
Right.
And we have a wellness aspect too. So there are some people that come in because they're doing good and want to stay good. But the primary entrance is pain. And so some of those people are frustrated with how they've progressed through the system of healthcare. And it's been compartmentalized and disjointed. So it's understanding that story and then unraveling that process and creating a care plan that's integrated. The second mode of entry is an acute injury. Somebody has a new injury, heard about us, knows about us, heard us on podcasts like this or throughout the community and says, that's my point of entrance, I want this addressed. So those are the two primary paths. I think the thing that we do well is our providers listen. And you'll see that in our reviews if you hop on Google or Facebook. The overall theme is our providers have an attentive ear.
Right.
And then we collaborate with our professional decision making to ensure that we're driving the outcome that you desire. So we're not just about what we want to do for you, it's about what do you want to achieve and what do you want to get out of the interaction.
We may be the missing piece, in your health. Internal healing and soft tissue repair, regenerative medicine, conservative pain management, physical medicine, structural mobility and stability, chiropractic care, and neuromuscular control and function, physical therapy. I got all of that right, but messed up your name. I just can't win, man. I can't win. Can't win.
It's totally good. Yeah, so we look at care in, again, this layers of care, right? So to put maybe what you said a little more simply, our first objective is to reduce pain and inflammation. Then we start to look at stabilizing the area and increasing mobility. Then we look at some of the soft tissue components, like can we get greater stretch and movement? And then we go through strength and stabilization. So each piece of the puzzle has its role. Nate and his colleague are great with these soft tissue techniques, and not just fluff massage therapy,
Right.
Really clinical approach, orthopedic kind of approach, sports medicine approach to massage, with different tools and different aspects, including things like instrument-assisted muscle stripping and cupping. So they offer these additional strategies that complement what we're doing from a chiropractic standpoint or physical therapy standpoint.
Awesome. So one of the, a burning question for you guys is, what has been the biggest impact to Anodyne Pain and Wellness that COVID has had? Told you all the easy topics at 8:11 a.m.
You know, I'll answer this as kind of the entrepreneur. You know, I have two different roles. I'm an owner operator of our facility, and I'm a physician in our facility. So as an owner operator, it's definitely been the decrease in volume.
Okay.
And even though we've really tried to practice all of the standards of safety, we've been really diligent about that. Our clinical manager, Bridget, has scoured the CDC and the Illinois Department of Health and our other professional organizations on what we should be doing to keep our patients safe. But overall, volume has just been down, and people haven't been as eager to take care of their health, especially elective health.
Right.
So that's been really tough. The other aspect is then just managing exposure for our staffing considerations, patients who, we have to then steer them towards, hey, you need to take a 10-day break from care. So following those guidelines has been a top priority in keeping our patients and our staff safe. But overall, just the volume has been really tough.
So we've seen the rise of telehealth services too for many things, and I'm a novice in this field, so I'm sorry if this is a silly question, but with the rise of telehealth and people, not being able to go in person, or just saying, it feels bad, but I'm kind of worried about the outcome, so I will choose telehealth instead of in person. Has there been any kind of need or desire to catch those folks and check in on them? And
Sure.
hope that made any kind of sense. I apologize.
No, it does. So where did telehealth fit within our practice?
Okay.
Right? And not very well.
Okay.
Because we're a hands-on practice, right? We can't deliver an adjustment over the phone or over Zoom or other platform. We can't really do physical therapy. Early on in the process, Nate was instrumental in helping us launch a Lounge and Learn series. So
Okay.
we did try to engage our patient in education, both about COVID and computer safety and in setting up your ergonomics as you work from the kitchen table,
Right.
because so many of those things change so quickly. So Nate really helped us build that platform, so we were engaged with our patients. But unfortunately, telemed was really not successful for us because so much of what we do is hands-on.
Right.
Yeah, in the massage therapy world, it's the funny Like, they do take online classes to get your continued education, so it's like, place your hand on the computer screen. It's just, it doesn't translate well when, like Dr. Olson is saying, it's all hands-on stuff.
Right.
So they can't, put your phone on where it hurts on your low back and we'll adjust you for you. It just doesn't translate well.
Not
at
going to
all.
work out the same.
Correct.
All right. So the time is 8:14 a.m. We appreciate all of you guys tuning in. Maria Contreras, Josie Mendoza Geller, hello. Maria Charito, if you have any questions for our dedicated team, our great folks here from Anodyne, Pain and Wellness, please put those in the chat, and we will ask of them. So we have here also, I want to ask you about a couple of things. I do have a typical question of what's the most common injury that you see. Answer that one before I get into some of these technical terms here.
Yeah, so being a chiropractic background, right? We were chiropractic first before we expanded into these other services. So spine considerations are our number one discipline. So
Okay.
neck pain, back pain are definitely number one.
But really, we're really more than just spine. And I think that's where it turns people off. And they're like, oh, my back feels good, but it's really my knee or my elbow or my shoulder. And we're really good at addressing those issues too. So I don't want people to get hung up on it's a neck or a low back issue. We're really, really good at addressing extremity issues also.
For
Because
sure.
the pain could start in your lower back but be felt in your neck. Is that true?
Or the pain could be in your low back and actually be a problem with your knee because you switched the way you walk for so long that the low back is like, I give up on you now.
Oof.
So, really, we're really good at drilling down to the actual problem and saying, like, I know your back hurts, but it's really your knee. And then explaining that through the doctors and the providers are really good at saying, this is what the cause is. I know
Ladies and
it
gentlemen,
seems
if you
strange.
have any pain in your body right now, you need to call.
That's right, give us a call.
630-897-1895.
Now that you say that, tell them the little 1895 tidbit that I just
Yeah.
learned about.
Yeah, this is great, and this goes back to the history, right? And I quiz my staff on this once in a while, like, what's the meaning of the last 4 digits of our number? And most don't get it until I share this. But 1895 was the year that chiropractic was founded by D.D. Palmer. So it's just been really interesting. When I first started my practice, I was given a list of numbers, and that one just stuck out at me. So 1895, the year chiropractic was founded, the first adjustment was delivered. And
And that's
so
the last 4 of our phone numbers.
That's awesome. D.D. Palmer?
Yes.
D.D. Palmer, okay.
Yep. And then his son, B.J. Palmer, was the person who kind of expanded the philosophy and delivery of chiropractic. And then their son, Daniel David Palmer, was kind of the educator and brought a formal system of education and started the Palmer College of Chiropractic in Davenport, Iowa, which is where I went to school.
Well, now hit the claps for that. Yeah, hit the. If anybody here ever gets on Jeopardy, and that's the question, if you get that right, we want at least 10 G's. We want
Just
at
a little
least
props
a
is
little
fine.
props.
Shoot out the Anodyne name on national television. That's
Right,
all we want.
exactly. Shout out to Anodyne. The time is 8:18. Monica, would you be so kind as to take us to a commercial? Give us about 3 good pieces of information, and then bring us back, please.
Awesome. Hopefully, let me see if my voice is loud enough. I don't think so.
Your voice is not loud
I
enough?
don't think so.
Well, I have
Maybe
a
it
piece.
is. Let me if I check
Yeah,
this way.
scream, girl.
All right. Good morning. Here are your local headlines. Real news, real people, real stories. 100% Aurora. Don't forget to please subscribe to our YouTube channel to stay up to date on all of our content. There you can also watch all of our interviews and receive notifications when we go live. March 26th from 10 to 11:30 a.m., our Friends of the Neighbor Project and BMO Harris Bank will be hosting a great homebuyer education seminar in both English and Spanish. The homebuyer team will walk you through the steps of the home buying process and learn about down payment assistance and other programs. This will take place at the Presco Community Center located at 150 West Illinois Avenue. This event is free and open to the public. For more information, you can contact Jaria at 331-300-3566. Join our friends of Marie Wilkinson's Food Pantry and #LovePurse for a great collaboration and donation drive honoring Women's History Month. Going until March 31st, you can donate purses and drop them off at any of the 3 locations that are Aurora Bank and Trust, Marie Wilkinson's Food Pantry, and the Office of State Representative Barbara Hernandez. Alive Aurora is hosting an open house for social workers and community leaders that are interested in learning more about our mission, space, and free resources. We are excited to continue to build strong relationships in order to best serve our youth community. We have partnered up with an incredible guest speaker, Sandra Harrison from DVA Training, and she will be speaking to us on the importance and impact of storytelling. The event is on March 11th from 4 to 5.
Well, all right. Lynn Gablin Weber, I miss you all in Illinois. Florida is too far away. Olson changed my life. Oh, the comments of the day, huh?
Hey, Lynn, good to hear from you. This is why we do what we do, and this is why I created a collaborative team of providers. And I'm just really touched that people reach out like that. But to impact somebody's health journey in a positive way is exactly our purpose. Our purpose is to help as many people as we can get and stay well from a natural first perspective. And Lynn just happened to be one of those patients of ours through our journey that we've been able to help and impact. And it's just great to hear from you.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. Shout out from the Quad Cities as well. Thank you very much for that. Tom Hebert, good morning to you. Claudia Lopez, good morning, dear friend. And Judge Bianca Camargo, good morning to you. Tyrus Brooks, good morning, all you fantastic and spectacular people. Love you guys. Well, we love you too, Tyrus.
Quad Cities.
Quad Cities.
Home of Palmer College of Chiropractic, Davenport, Iowa.
This is the most enlightening show ever. Okay.
Ever.
Palmer House, y'all. Palmer House. All right. So, when it comes to, let's talk a little bit more community stuff. We've got spring and summer, warm weather hopefully coming around here soon. Is Anodyne in the community? Where can we see you guys there? You guys going to be doing or hosting any kind of pop-ups or anything locally going on that we should know about? Any calendar invites?
Yeah, so we like to be part of the community in any way, and certainly COVID's kind of pulled us back on that. So we're just getting back into that realm. I think the number one thing to look for is some of our dinner workshops. Those were successful before, where we hosted community dinner workshops on an educational topic, whether that was regenerative medicine. We just launched a new nerve therapy program that we want to inform patients on options to help with things like nerve pain, numbness, tingling, burning, pins and needles in the feet and hands. So there's some new strategies there. Sure. And then we're always looking for opportunities in the community to be part of festivals or races and those sorts of things. So Nate does a good job of scanning and taking calls on areas where we can participate and either share resources to do massage therapy programs or stretch programs and things like this. But
right. Yeah.
Education's our big thing. We want the community to know that they can live a healthier life.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
Because it's always better to take care of your health now.
Oh, yeah.
Do those things which will ensure that your body stays in good condition.
Oh, yeah. There's the saying, be proactive, not reactive.
Exactly. Yeah. Nate, where were you born and raised?
A-Town, right here.
A-Town, okay. All right. A homeboy coming back on the air.
Born and raised.
And you've been doing massage therapy?
Since 2001.
Okay. What is it that you... I'm sure I could ask you, what you like about it. You'll tell me that, hey, I like making people feel better. But what do you get out of massage therapy?
It's funny because it seems like, oh, that's just a standard answer. But until you've until you've seen somebody come in hurt and leave unhurt, either physically or mentally. Sometimes people just come in and they just need the escape, and when they get up, they're like, oh my God, I feel so much better. And then you can see like their demeanor has changed, their attitude has changed. Until you actually see that or are a part of that, that is really the key to the whole thing. Is it sounds like it's a standard, oh, you just like everybody says they like making people feel better.
Sure.
But to witness it and to be a part of that is really the key. I mean, there's no experiencing or the words just don't describe that.
Are great massage therapists born, or are they taught?
Yes.
I will agree with the yes, and I think Nate's really humble. Having been in this space for 20 some years,
Right.
Not all massage therapists are created equal.
No, that's for sure.
Nate has a great intrinsic ability to help patients, and he dives right into it. He has an incredible ability to make the most effective use of time when somebody's on his table. So you can walk away with a targeted area with Nate that you don't get with every other therapist. And then Nate's also, and his colleague Sherry, are lifelong learners. So they're continuing their education process, especially in advanced techniques and in diagnostics and orthopedic applications that really complement. So I think it's a yes and both.
Okay.
But a really good therapist is going to be connected to their patient when they're on the table. And Nate has a great ability to just put that laser focus on the patient while they're on the table.
All right. Nate got me wanting to get an appointment. Like, damn, you know what? My shoulders, bro.
Come on, man. You know where we're at. Let's go.
Good morning to you, Tracy Duran, Alejandro Mascota. Good morning, Sally Bice, dear friend of the show. Good morning to you, and Marissa Amoni, Joe Jackson, Brent, and Jennifer Ryan Mayton. Good morning, all you great people. So let's shout out the rest of the team. We have Dr. Kevin Alabone as well.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Chiropractic physician.
great guy.
Great guy.
Awesome adjuster. Really, really great at his technique. We happen to like him a lot too because he's got this dry, witty sense of humor that keeps us all light and on our toes.
Oh yeah. He's quick. We have a morning meeting. So the providers do a provider meeting between the providers, and then they bring the whole team together every morning, and we sit and we go over the patients for the day, and they tell us what they've gone over, et cetera, et cetera. And yeah, Dr. Kevin is very. He can be very witty, very quickly. It's just a good time. It really brings a light to the morning. It does.
Dry, quick morning wit.
But also a great physician and his ability to diagnose and understand the mechanics of a problem. Much to Nate's comments earlier, is understanding, the old saying that the foot bone's connected to the knee bone, which is connected. Dr. Kevin understands that kinetic chain and how things work really well together, and super effective in being laser focused that the patient is the most important thing every single day.
For sure.
Dr. John Konopelski.
Yeah, Konopalski.
Konopalski.
We joke about Dr. John. He has more letters after his name than in his last name, and he's Polish, right?
Yeah.
So Dr. John's super smart. Has had a world of experience before he entered healthcare.
Oh yeah.
Taught in healthcare at the University of Northern Illinois. And so we're really blessed to have him. He has this great bedside manner that just makes patients really, really comfortable. Very skilled as an injector. A lot of people get nervous about, is an injection going to hurt? And one of the most common things we hear after a procedure with Dr. John was, that's it?
Right.
Meaning he made them so comfortable through the process that they didn't fear the needle or fear the injection. So we're blessed to have Dr. John. Pretty witty guy too. Keeps us a little light.
Dad joke of the day is Dr. John. He gives us dad jokes every day.
Oh, great. Good man for bad jokes, right?
Good man for bad jokes.
And then we have Desiree Acosta.
Oh, Dr. Desi.
Dr. Desi.
She's our PT.
All right.
Unbelievable physical therapist. Works so well with the collaborative team. super, super brilliant. We're so blessed to have her on our team, and she really brings together the medical model and the chiropractic model. She's kind of that bridge between there. Just drives patient outcomes. To Nate's point earlier about how collaborative care improves results, Dr. Desi has done an ongoing case study with our patient profile, looking at the utilization of physical therapy as a standalone service versus physical therapy in a collaborative setting. And what she's found is that in a first phase of care, so whether that's 6 to 12 visits, patients typically see 2 to 3 points of reduction of pain on that scale of 1 to 10. You know how people ask you, how intense is your pain?
Yeah.
On a scale of 1 to 10. Patients who use collaborative care in our model see a 2 to 3 point reduction in pain in their first phase of care comparative to physical therapy on their own.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And she did that study.
Yeah, I mean, if you break it down and think about it, the body's made up of more than one system, right? Muscular system, skeletal system, nervous system. Your treatment should be made up of more than one system.
Right. Makes
Good,
sense.
simple.
Yeah. Okay, now I have this regeneration healing timeline here. This details the physiological response of tissue healing. Before we get into, I'm going to highlight briefly some of week 1 and then weeks 1 through 4, then going to months 6 through 12. Tissue healing. Let's talk a little bit about tissue healing.
Yeah, so this gets me super excited.
This man, if you not, I know you're at home like, wow, he just lit up. Oh my God.
We should have a sign that says "Nerd Out Moment."
Yeah. And I'll have to watch my terms because Nate always
Yes.
reminds me, hey, talk at a level that patient or people can understand you.
He
So
does get a little technical.
regenerative medicine is this branch of medicine that uses natural biologics to help stimulate a response in the body.
Okay.
So whether that's lubricate, cushion, or protect an area. Formally, and I can say this formally, this was referred to as stem cell therapy. FDA has put some clarifications on what truly is stem cell therapy versus what is not.
Okay.
So the services we offer in the orthopedic and musculoskeletal space are not formal stem cell therapy. But what we are doing is using natural biologics to help stimulate soft tissue healing and repair. And what we found over the course of the first 15 years of my journey is that we could help people structurally, but internally it was really tough to stimulate a new healing response, especially in degenerative joints or arthritic joints where the breakdown's happening and not getting all the right nutrients. So this is literally a shot of healing or shot of biologics into the area to stimulate the body's healing response.
Okay.
I've spent tons of time studying this. It's just something that super excites me. And it excites me because we see results with patients that we could not get. We could not see these results prior to using this technology.
Listening to you just made me think of something. So, are there clients who are athletes who have reached out to you, and what's different about the services that you provide and like sports medicine? I'm a novice in this field, so like if there's you have these guys who do all sports medicine.
Yep.
It seems to the outsider like me that you guys do a lot of the same things that these athletes would require because the body goes through a lot of wear and tear. Football games and what have you.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of overlap, right?
Okay.
So the thing that we don't do that sports medicine is really great at is the acute new injury. Somebody blew an ACL or an MCL or has a new tear, right? The sports med guys are great at that, and they can patch that thing up and get people doing well. Where we see a lot of athletes is where they're trying to increase peak performance,
Okay.
right? They want to get the next level of functional improvement. We see a lot of young athletes, middle school and high school athletes from the local schools, West Aurora and such, who are trying to stay in the game and perform at a higher level. In the combination of biologics, alignment, function, muscle coordination, all those things really play a role. So I don't want to say that we're a replacement for sports medicine. We're not. But there is a lot of overlap, especially on creating functional improvement. And then we see that middle-age group, guys my age, who want to continue to ride bicycle for long periods of time, or want to run, or the weekend warrior who took up sand volleyball for a season. So those type of people, we see these minor to moderate injuries that we need to recover or heal. So that's the space that we really fit into.
Okay.
Yeah, and especially for, like, to Dr. Olson's point, the middle school and high school athlete is for somebody that's dedicated, is usually a 13-month athlete. Like, they go from high school to club to summer back to high school. I mean, there's no rest for that.
Right.
For the athlete, especially for those that are dedicated to their sport. So the body wears out over time. It's not like back when we were kids where it was just high school, there was no club, So we're good at trying to keep them up and functioning for their sport.
Yeah, and to that point, we see more now where there's a specialization of sport, right? Mm-hmm. Where kids are maybe only playing one, maybe two different sports. Mm-hmm. Where when we were kids, it was try everything, right?
That's right.
You did football, you did basketball, you did track or baseball. You played all 3-4 different kinds of sports. Where now there can be this drive to specialize. And that has its own unique set of circumstances where we see greater risk of repetitive injury. And so keeping those athletes in the game takes a special mindset. It takes ongoing care. So we see a lot of those student athletes on a routine basis, keeping them in a high functional state.
For sure.
Motion is lotion.
Yeah, that's one term. That's a term I really kind of
there goes
coined.
That smile again.
Yeah. Especially in the healing process, when we do regenerative medicine, there's a lot of people who have this mindset of, hey, we just did this procedure, should I rest this area? And only if there's a significant amount of instability would we really want rest. So movement drives the healing approach. So we just continuously reinforce to our patients that motion is lotion. And so our whole idea is getting people moving more comfortably so that they continue to see the benefits of healing and restorative movement to an area.
So I'm not a person who has a lot of apathy in my life. This is the longest I sit down all day. But for those who were in the corporate America, where you're sitting all day long, and then to top it off, you're eating lunch at your desk. Then after work, you sit on the train. Then you go home to sit on the couch all night long. I'm sure there's probably not a way there's not a timeline of how quick how quick your joints will deteriorate, but that certainly is not helping things.
No, and I think
at all. And what's some basic just like steps that people can take to even begin to ensure that their health, their joints are being used and worked out?
I think people are becoming more aware of that. You have standing desks now. You have desks that go from sitting to standing.
That's right.
Take the stairs, not the elevator. It's really like little things throughout the day can accumulate into a big change as a whole. So I think in the end, if the more movement you can get in during the day, the more help you're going to do for yourself.
So this is true, and we've seen the pandemic almost make this worse.
Oh, well, for sure.
Where
You're not
people
going
aren't
out
even
at all.
leaving their house, right?
Mm-hmm.
They might throw on a sport coat and a nice T-shirt to get on their Zoom, but they still have their pajamas on below. Right?
They're not. That was just my house.
They're not even.
So are you not standing up right now?
We might not even be getting a morning shower, much less leaving the house, walking to the car, back and forth. So the process of deterioration or losing that strength happens way quicker than most people think. And losing that intrinsic, the small muscle stabilization, is a bigger problem than it is keeping the exterior one. So generalized deconditioning happens like that.
Generalized deconditioning.
Yeah, so that's us becoming soft, right? Like if I put it in just the different words, it's us becoming soft. So to Nate's point, doing the little things along the day, changing position, setting a reminder that, hey, 50 minutes is the most I should sit in any 1 hour, and then get up and move the next 10. Changing back and forth from a standing to seated desk. If you're in a corporate environment and you have an ergonomic specialist, check in with them. But I think the most important thing is partner with somebody that can help you improve your functional improvement, whether that's massage therapy, chiropractic, physical therapy. We don't do that very well on our own.
Sure.
So getting to a gym, personal trainer, some sort of level of accountability is what most of us need in order to stay on track.
Yeah, take a friend, a neighbor, let's go for a walk,
Right.
something like that. Generally, people will do something if they know that they're being held accountable by some other party.
Right.
So sometimes that's all the motivation you need.
Karina LaFontaine, good morning to you. Ben Geller, from personal experience, the human body is a complex machine with awesome healing qualities built in. It is my job to be receptive of this and support it, assist it. Thank you, gentlemen, for your input. Greatly appreciated. Thank you, Ben.
Appreciate
Couldn't
you,
agree
Ben.
more.
Saul Olivas Ortiz, good morning to you, dear friend. And Josue Pais, good morning to you. Crystal Thompson, he's amazing. Oh, them skills.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out. Okay, so now I did mention to you guys that I had a couple of points of our local stuff that I wanted to plug in. So I'm going to plug those in right now. Monica, take me to a commercial. The time is 8:41. Holy cow, where does the time go? Where does the time go?
Moving quick.
Yeah, we are moving quick. All right, so all of you great people, you will have heard me mention to you a couple of key points. I think this was Monday, some great and important things happening. I want to say good morning to a dear friend of the show, Mr. James Cardis at Court Carlson of Enjoy Aurora. But Ripken Baseball is bringing renowned week-long experience to Sports Complex, the Ripken Select Tournament, from July 10th through the 15th. The Aurora area, Illinois is honored to be the Midwest host for the Ripken Select Tournament Series. That's according to Court, Executive Director of the AACVB, the Aurora Area Convention and Visitors Bureau. As a premier destination for youth sports, we look forward to welcoming all athletes and spectators to the Aurora area and Stewart Sports Complex. Ripken Select Tournaments were first introduced in 2021 at a single location in Round Rock, Texas, through a 60-plus team event in partnership with Ryan Sanders Sports. And guess what? Illinois is now among the dates and places for Ripken Select Tournaments. That's awesome. For more information, you can call 410-306-7575 or contact HRABURN at ripkenbaseball.com. I'll have Monica put this in the chat for you great people. And when you send the email to him, let him know that you heard about it on Good Morning Aurora. He'll be like, who? Like, yeah, we heard about it, bro. Let me get them tickets. Okay, next is Kane County Sheriff Ron Hain, who is a friend of the show. He has a great program going on, and it is highlighting his efforts at Kane County Jail to reduce recidivism. He has a program which will see inmates going to be released coming from state prisons to the Kane County Jail, taking part in those programs, and then being re-entered into society. There's a great article in The Beacon, which I will link to after the show. The last thing is get ready for drive-through programs for seniors in Aurora. These are the meal programs that we have spoken of very highly on our show. State Representatives Stephanie Kifowit, Keith Wheeler, and Barbara Hernandez are partnering for the third consecutive year to provide these frozen meals for seniors that live in Kane County. The meals will be available from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. twice a month on Mondays. We have posted the flyer. It's on our social media. Go and check it out. Adults who are 60 years and older that live in Kane County, plus veterans of all ages that live in Kane County, are eligible for 5 frozen meals during drive-thru distribution events at St. Athanasius Greek Orthodox Church, 1855 Fifth Avenue here in Aurora. The time is 8:44 a.m. Okay, so as we continue, how can we help you? How can we, the people of Aurora, treat our bodies right? Drink water. What else? How can we, the people of Aurora, help you?
I think we're more in the service side of things, so we want to help Aurora.
Yes, great answer, my man.
It is, and this is where we want to know where we can step in and be more part of the community. I think, I'm not sure. Other than we're a service industry, so we want to serve you. This isn't about the people serving us. We're here to deliver quality healthcare in a comfortable setting. And I guess I would say this: if you're suffering and you haven't found the right fit that's helping you get to your goals, give us an opportunity to see if we can help. Mm-hmm. That's us. That's our purpose, is to help as many people as we can. So if you're suffering out there, you haven't found the right answer, you need a friendly site to walk through what your options are, give us the opportunity to at least sit down and have that conversation, and let us see if we can help you feel and function better. And when you feel and function better, you'll be able to give more to our community too.
And it doesn't have to be debilitating suffering or pain. The old adage is, when you get up in the morning, you're like, oh, I'm really feeling 45 today, stuff like that. That doesn't matter. Your age doesn't matter. You don't discount your pain because you're 45 or because you're 55 or because you're 65. If you get up and you're like, oh, my knee hurts this morning, or it's been hurting, but that I'm getting old. No, don't do that. Come see us. We can make you feel better, and you can. I'm not going to say we're going to make you feel like you're 20 again, but we can definitely help with that minute knee pain or shoulder pain or low back pain. You don't have to be in complete agony to come see us.
Yeah, don't let it steal your quality of life.
Right.
To Nate's point, so many people minimize their pain,
Right.
or they don't prioritize themselves. They kind of put everybody else on the front side of things. And good self-care is really important. And so we would love the opportunity to help those who are suffering. And if you are, give us a ring, 630-897-1895.
Hey.
And or you can check us out on the web as well, anodynepain.com/Aurora /Aurora.
Yeah, your body's the best machine you're ever going to own. Take care of it.
Kenna, you were born in Iowa?
I was born in Traverse City, Michigan.
Traverse City, Michigan. Okay.
Yeah, I'm the youngest of 5. Grew up, born and raised in Traverse City, Michigan, and then went to Palmer College of Chiropractic. Was looking at regional areas to open a practice, and Aurora popped up on my radar. And at that time, this was 1999, the west corridor of Orchard Road had the whole development plan, and came into town, sat down with a real estate broker, Dan Dolan. Shout out to Dan.
Shout out to Dan Dolan.
Dolan and Murphy. We sat and had coffee at that Dunkin' Donuts over there in the West Plaza, and he and I made a great friendship. And he's like, "I want you in this area." And he and I have worked really well together on where we would plant the office. So I'm happy to be here. Aurora feels like the biggest small town you could. Mm-hmm. And we've just been really blessed to be part of this community.
We like to pin our guests down to specifics when it comes to our great downtown soul. Do you gentlemen recommend any restaurants for our listeners? Where do the gentlemen from Anodyne think the people should go? Where do you like to eat lunch at? Where's a good place?
What are you hungry for? I mean, luckily, especially here recently, Aurora's downtown restaurant scene has exploded. I mean, there's tons of variety down there now. And besides like Ballydoyle's, which I'm not trying to diminish, I love Ballydoyle's, or Gillerson's, mm-hmm. or what is it? Usama, I think, is down there.
Yeah.
I mean, that you've got the Stope Island that just finally reopened, which has got great steak. I mean, what's the one that's under Leland Tower. I was
Altiro.
Altero.
Yeah,
I mean,
That's my favorite.
Okay, all right. See, we got it.
it's great.
We
You got
it.
it. I mean, it's huge variety downtown. I love eating downtown. It's close. You can walk. I mean, giddy up. Let's go.
Right.
Yeah, El Tiro and Stope Island are my two
For sure.
go-tos.
I got to go to Stope. I haven't been there yet.
Oh,
haven't been
great.
there yet. I
Great
hear
steak.
good things, see good things too.
Yeah, it's yummy.
It is.
So something now. I bring this up in a serious fashion. Now you see these memes about it though. Okay, people Googling their symptoms.
Oh God.
They whatever buzzes or this part of the body hurts or there's an ache here that wasn't here yesterday and they Google it. And when they Google it, whatever the what is it, 56,000 search results in a couple seconds? Whatever the top is, they're going with it. I'm sure you guys wouldn't recommend that course of action, but what do you get people who tell you, hey, I Googled my knee and it said this, but what do you think, Doc?
Yeah, we have an internal term called Dr. Google. We got Dr. Google on the site. Information's great, and being informed is great, and taking care of taking initiative to find out about your health is great. But there's a ton of information on the internet, and deciphering what really applies to you is why we went to school, and why we have this
Amen.
clinical experience of, hey, knee pain's not always just knee pain, and just because some of your symptoms fall into a category doesn't mean everything's catastrophic.
Right.
So many of the people who check out Google kind of catastrophize what's happening with them. And while we need to take those serious things really serious, I don't think there's a replacement for true physician education, physician decision making, a good quality examination. And that's where we pride ourselves. We take a lot of time on the front side of our relationship with our patients to really understand what's going on with them and dive into a full physical, orthopedic, and functional analysis of what's happening.
Agreed.
What are the hours of operation at Anodyne?
Monday, 8:45 to 12. We come back at 1:45. We're done at 6. That's Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And then Tuesdays we're there from 1:45 to 6. Friday mornings, 8:45 to noon.
Okay. All right.
So Monday, Wednesday, Thursday we're there all day. Tuesday we're there in the afternoon. Friday we're there in the morning.
Yeah, we leave that Tuesday morning open for things like this in the community and for our ongoing training of our staff. So
Okay.
we have our office meetings, we have our collaborative trainings, we have a training today on new standards within documentation. So we're using that time to boost our quality of care.
Right. So I want to kind of plug in. I think I might have mentioned it when we had our first sit down. But one of the reasons why I'm happy to have you guys on the show and interview people in your respective fields is because there's a lot of places in our state, but in the country as well, where people don't have access to the types of organizations or people like yourselves who do this kind of work. And it is, it's sad that people would have to. I'm reminded of like food deserts, right? I lived in Chicago for a long time, and there was no fresh food. There was no grocery stores around. Now that's a long day's march, grocery stores and pain and wellness, but it's somewhat reflective of the same thing. If you don't have access to good food or healthy food, you may not have access to competent medical care in many cases as well. So, on behalf of Good Morning Aurora, we appreciate, you guys and what you do and being available to be in the community. That's much appreciated.
Yeah, thank you. And we're glad to do that. And one of the things I think we really try to do is if we aren't the resource or there's other healthcare needs, we try to steer them to other resources. So we will partner with you, we'll kind of handhold you, getting you in the right resource to help you, especially if there's more prevailing issues that might be going on that aren't our discipline. We're going to walk you through and try to find those resources independent of your economic or social status. we're really empathetic to the human experience. And we want to help as many people. And that might not be the resources in our office, but we want to partner with you to at least walk you to and through a better health experience.
Do you have can you share a greatest hit with us? Or a memorable story? A memorable person? Did Michael Jordan ever come through? Or is that what? Not yet, right?
I think there's a couple of really high-end people that, we have to be very careful of who we talk about. I have been able to adjust and work on an Olympic athlete who's a silver medalist in the Olympics. That's been really fun. I think maybe more important is the small wins, is those daily wins in an office. We just did a particular procedure on a gentleman a week ago today, and he called on Friday, and it indicated that his overall neck pain was down 75%, his back pain was down 50%. He hadn't needed his back brace in 2 days. So those things are really fun. We see some of the miracles that aren't miracles, meaning it's somebody who doesn't have a major deficit but comes in, gets quality care, and now is in a functional status where they're doing things in life that they weren't doing before. So
for sure. Patients that one comes to mind that was that had walked, her gait was off for such a long time, and then came in and said that it's changed, and like she caught herself one day like, wait a minute, and which I find usually happens where you come out of pain and you don't realize it until you realize it. You're like, wait a minute, I just did that and I couldn't do that before. Right. So, which is always the fun win, so to speak.
Yeah, real measurable of that. Last week, somebody had reported, they were able to get 200 to 300 steps on a pedometer per day.
Right.
And through a course of care, now she's walking 7,000 steps a day.
Check
so,
that out.
Motion is lotion.
That's right.
Let's keep it moving.
Motion is lotion. Let's keep it moving. Nate, you gave us the word of the day, gait.
Okay.
Gait. Monica, if you'd be so kind. Yes, that's the word of the day, gait. So the time is now 8:56 a.m. We will start to wrap this up. The number, once again, 630-897-1895. From X-Rated Outcome, all under one roof. 2116 West Galena Boulevard, Suite 112. Anodyne Pain and Wellness Solutions of Aurora. Now, as I told you, the show ends on a positive note. You gentlemen give us the word of the day for the people of Aurora. What do they need to?
Yeah, I think it's more of a phrase, and I just challenge people to do great things or be great in gratitude. I think being grateful for the things around us really helps shapes our mind, and doing great things doesn't have to be massive things. It's the polite interactions. It's choosing kindness over bitterness. It's holding the door for somebody. So my challenge would do something great today in gratitude.
Do something great in gratitude. Nate?
What he said.
You concur.
I concur. I like it.
All right. So all of you fantastic people, get to know do you got Facebook?
We do.
Do you have Instagram?
We do, but we don't post. If we post to Instagram, it comes from our Facebook.
Our IG is a little stale.
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
Facebook's definitely a better social.
Okay. So like the page on Facebook, all of you great people. Ben Geller, thank you very much. Love these dudes. Oh, hey, I like that. Cheryl Brownell, good morning to you. Dan Santos. Oh, awesome stuff. All right, so it's Tuesday. We've got the whole rest of the week ahead of us. I hope that all of you guys enjoyed today's episode. Get to know Anodyne Pain and Wellness. Dr. Google is nowhere near as qualified as Dr. Olson.
I would say my team. It's not just me.
As the team.
Let's go my team.
As the team.
yeah, our team will be really invested in you. I just want to say thank you so much. It's been great to meet you. I love your energy. I love what you're doing for the community.
Hey, Toad.
Hey,
Yeah.
Toad. Yep.
This is what it takes. It takes us working together and kind of sharing the message. But your energy is just addicting. It's just
thanks,
so.
man. I
I
appreciate
love
it.
what you're doing.
I appreciate it, man. I hope that all of you guys have a blessed day out there. Marissa Moni, shout out to you. And I want to say thank you one more time to dear friends Jim Cordy, Jay Kelly, Joel Friend, for the great time last night. Get to know Paramount Theater once again. Take care of yourself and each other. Shout out to Lefty.